I'm not convinced I know how to read. I've just memorized a lot of words.
The first rule of Fight Club is, you do not talk about Fight Club.
True. All life ends in death, which we, as a species, are cursed with knowing, resulting in... something. Again, this is really not my field.
Let that music set in for a second. It is the barbecue show. It's been a while. We've got them, Jake and Stunt Monkey with the barbecue show. Gentlemen, how are we doing today?
Good day, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. I tried a little barbecuing yesterday. I actually have a couple of questions for you. I don't know where you guys want to go with this. You're in the anti-barbecue season. I mean, for the regular Joe.
What's that? For regular Joe.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I get it. You guys can't be stopped, but some of us at a certain temperature just isn't worth the hassle. But here's what I was asking, because I tried yesterday. It was 40-something degrees, so I'm like, I could do that. I can't seem to get a real good bark on my ribs. I wait till I see that rib bone starting, the meat's coming off the bone. I know it's thoroughly cooked, but I want bark on that bad boy. Is it a matter of the last 5 minutes, just crank the living heck out of that thing? How do you get really good bark?
What kind of seasoning are you using?
That'd be the next question.
All right. So I've tried a couple of things. I'm usually a honey mustard guy.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Don't ask a question and make fun of me as soon as honey mustard comes out of my...
No, we're just acknowledging that when you said what kind of seasoning, and you didn't go, bam, that told Stunt and I immediately your problem with your bark is your seasoning. But go ahead, expound.
Well, this is why I asked the question. I don't know. Yeah. So I use that, and then I use, I've been experimenting with dry rubs in that mix on that honey mustard. And I tried. Dijon mustard, can't use it. Horrible taste. Just throwing it out there to people. Yeah, but if you use a honey mustard, yeah, it's horrible. Honey mustard, and then I put, let's just say Famous Dave's. I grabbed Famous Dave's. I tried that in there, put it on there, rub it all in and good, put it on the old grill, and then wait. And again, I know it's heated through, but I keep giving Famous Dave's. You know when you eat a Famous Dave's, it's dark, it's chunky. That's what I want, and I never get that. How come?
Well, I feel like you're not putting enough seasoning on. Are you putting Famous Dave's seasoning or sauce?
Seasoning.
Seasoning. You're putting seasoning on it.
I'm putting a seasoning on that mustard. I'm just using a light mustard to keep that seasoning on it.
You're using the mustard as a binder, which is always a good thing. Yeah, that's fine. Right. The honey mustard will bring a sweetness to your ribs, too. It maybe make it a little bit different. A little bit dark possible color. But I think the seasoning part of it, you're probably not putting enough seasoning on. You're probably trying to go light. Don't go so light. Just pile
that's because it's salt, and that salt will kill you. Here's one that I tried yesterday.
My goodness. When did my mother-in-law show up?
You guys are hurting my feelings. I'm trying to ask real live questions here.
No.
So yesterday, out of the honey...
This is important because we get this a lot, and we're not making fun of you.
You are.
Yeah, in jest. But you're in a very, very common and typical spot for a lot of guys and grillers, because there's always a wife or someone standing behind you going, oh, that seems like a lot of seasoning. You know how much salt?
Yes.
Here's the thing. When you're grilling and smoking, you lose a ton of seasoning through the process. It falls off. It rubs off on the grates. Okay. It gets overpowered by the smoke. It gets overpowered by sauce. Over-season everything when it comes to putting something on the grill or the smoker. You need to overseason. The bark you're getting is seasoning, crusting into the meat and creating that. With the seasoning, and the salt will pull moisture out, which will mix with your season, which will form that crusty layer that you're looking for, or that bark. So you need to season more than you think.
Okay, so because you guys were coming on yesterday, I did some ribs, and I'm having the bark problem. And who doesn't like teriyaki sauce? So I tried using the binder of teriyaki sauce because I thought that much salt or sugar in it would really, really crust up. Didn't really work. What do you guys use as a binder? You laugh at my honey mustard. You can't use Dijon. Dijon has a weird taste on the grill. No. But what do you use?
If you're going to use a binder, olive oil or just straight mustard, yellow mustard, that's it. Okay. In light, you do not need a lot. Just enough to get it wet. I mean, even in general, you can just put, if you have time, just put your seasoning on and wait for it to get, you put your seasoning on and then you wait for it to kind of look wet, and it starts pulling that moisture out of the meat, and it's going to adhere itself to the meat just like that.
And how much do you beat it into the meat? When we say rub, is it a nice, gentle, I'm hoping to get lucky rub, or is it like the massage? What? The massage your wife wants, like you're, from Norway, and you got to get the elbow in there. And what is it, the rub?
Quite honestly, it's not for me. And when it comes, ribs are different than a lot of other large meats when it comes to crust and seasoning. I very rarely use a binder with ribs. I heavily coat them, and then I will pat that just to make sure that it's somewhat adhered. Okay. I usually start on the bottom side, then flip it over, heavily season it. A great tip is to put it in a container, and then so you can just go nuts and pick up the leftovers at any rate, and then let that sit for a couple hours is okay to put seasoning on there before, have it seasoned before it hits the grill. When it comes to the binder, I agree with Stunt. Olive oil is great. Yellow mustard is great. Most binders, ribs are a little bit different, but most binders have very, very little effect on the taste of the meat because it's just there to hold the seasoning in place. Okay. Another one that a lot of people rave about, I'm not a big fan, but is mayo as a binder.
Oh, see, I was going to go with that yesterday. Give that a shot.
Yeah.
But again, back to the bark. Is it an overheated temperature? It's bark because it's crystallizing
bark. You're not getting bark because you have too much moisture. You don't have anything there to crust up. Is the problem? Is what we're saying. You need more seasoning on that mix.
Yeah, I think you should write a book.
It should cover the ribs. Literally, you shouldn't be able to see the ribs. It should be the seasoning. Is what you're looking at.
Then I got to do this in a secret room where my wife's not watching and saying how much are you putting on there.
Hey, honey, look, it's Elvis. Oh, this is the sodium-free stuff I got from the barbecue show.
Yeah,
I should not share this, but I will. My wife actually got me because when you're spreading the sauce on the stuff, the rub, it gets all over. It's impossible not to get it all over the counter. Drives my wife's nuts. Literally, I got for Christmas this weird pan thing where you put the ribs down and then you pull it up and it's almost like a shower curtain-esque foot tall.
Yeah, the tub.
The tub. Drip tub. Yeah, it's a great product.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys use it? Because I'm like, my manliness is at stake here if I put my stuff in a tub. But you can't go wrong. It doesn't get all over. It's kind of a genius product. I'm not trying to, they don't sponsor this show, but man.
No, they're fantastic. And they fold flat, so they're easy to store. Yeah. They got a lid, so you could put your ribs in there at noon and season them. And then at 4 or 5, when you're ready to fire up the grill, go grab them and throw them on. And now your seasoning has started to pull moisture out. It started to set up a little bit. Here's a tip for you and your wife.
All right.
And this will help, is bring her into the kitchen, take 2 racks of ribs. Okay. Season one, just like you always have been to her likes. Take the other one, put a binder on it, and just hammer that thing with seasoning. And then smoke them both, and then compare. And have her taste the difference between the two. And I think you'll be surprised at how the seasoning is not going to overpower it as it cooks in. It's going to just add to it.
I don't know what you guys wanted to talk about, but I had one more question for you before we're going to break. So the father-in-law, God love him, he got us one of them, you see him on TV, the meat packs that show up, right? I don't know what the thing's called.
Like a subscription type thing?
Yeah, but it's one shipment. It's some great steak place. I don't remember what the name of it was, but you see
Omaha
it on TV.
Omaha,
that was it, from the state, Omaha. So we got this pack, nice Christmas present, and there's 2 filet mignons in there, right? And bacon wrapped. And we're like, ooh, which is a nice gift, don't get me wrong. I was too scared to put them on a grill. Are you guys okay grilling something that is that expensive / there is no fat in that stuff? You know what I'm saying? It's like anti-pork ribs. It's the other thing. It's the other side of the spectrum.
What else would you do with it?
Yeah.
Well, I grilled it in a pan because I literally
fried it in a pan
because I'm standing right over it. I can keep an eye on it. And it only takes 15 minutes. I was scared to put it on my grill. Is that normal? There's just no meat, fat in it. I was scared.
It's like anything else.
Well,
you guys got to be careful. I mean, there's here again, and there's 15 different ways you could do those. If we were English, we would say fillets. The way you can do your fillet on a grill, you could smoke it for a little while, do a reverse sear. So smoke it up to a temp about like 105, 108.
Yeah,
I would be careful. That just gives it a little cooking, and then put it on a cast iron or a flat top. You can just cook it on your grill like a normal steak. Just be careful that you don't overdo it.
What does what does the bacon around it do though? It's got to affect how much gets in there. The bacon, how do you get? I'd take that. It scared me.
Off.
I would cook the bacon separately almost. That's like the hot trend to like wrap those up at the store. And I don't know if they even add more price to it or just makes it look fancier.
It's a great.
It just adds extra flavor supposedly, but it takes up space, or it doesn't take up space. I
didn't know how it was going to cook, because to get a bacon, you got to have some pretty high heat on there, and then is that going to get enough to get around in the inside of the meat? I hate to say I was scared of meat. I was actually scared of those 2 pieces of meat, and I didn't want to put it on the grill.
I don't have documentable proof on this, but I believe the bacon wrapped fillet started with bacon wrapped tenderloin, or not tenderloin, sirloins, because you'll see fake tenderloins or fake fillets a lot, which will be either tenderloin or sirloin, and then they wrap it with the bacon, and it's $18.99 a pound instead of $28.99 a pound, and so it's a way to dress it up. It's like what ketchup used to do to hot dogs in Chicago. It's why they, you use ketchup to hide bad meat. You're covering that steak with bacon. Why? It's a fillet. You don't need to cover it with bacon. Take the bacon off of there. Bacon's the perfect food. You don't need it on a good steak.
See, I like you guys a lot. But the Omaha people must think you're nuts because they put the bacon on the fillet. They did, and they
think it looks fancy, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I think so.
I got to go to break. We'll be back after this. We'll talk what the guys want to talk about. Jake, Stunt Monkey, the barbecue show on the Al Travis Show.
If it's your turn to host a game, Grandpa's Barbecue suggests you try something different. Put out the perfect barbecue flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. Add it to your ribs, dip the meatballs, or drench your wings in the original flavor of Grandpa's Barbecue. It isn't too hot or spicy, fruity or smoky or whatever. Grandpa's Barbecue. Available in select stores and online at grandpasbarbecueshop.com.
There's never a good time for car trouble, especially when you've got places to be. Whether it's a mysterious rattle under the hood or just time for that routine oil change, you need a mechanic you can trust. That's where Jay's Auto in Blue Earth comes in. From strange noises to engine diagnostics, Jay and his team provide honest service at a fair price. They're proud to keep their neighbors on the road safely, season after season. Don't wait for a breakdown. Stop at Jay's Auto today or call 525-1052.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
It is the Al Travis Show. We've got him, Jake and Stunt Monkey, the BBQ Show. That's where you find him on Facebook, the BBQ Show. What?
I said that was the crowd going mildly amused. I don't know if you could hear them there cheering in the background.
No, I could not. Want to ask you a quick question when I was on your Facebook page. Who does the caricature for you?
What's that?
Who does your caricature? I love it.
An artist. It's my oldest daughter, Mika.
Get out. She's that good? That's fantastic. The To You by the Grill. Really?
Yeah.
Is she for hire?
Yeah, I don't know if you can afford her on your radio salary.
Well, that's probably true, but I love the logo of the two of you. That is just off the charts fantastic. So I just want to throw that. The other thing I want to ask you about, because I saw you did something with something called the Prime Sauce Company. It burns so good. Okay. I don't know, the sponsor, you did a show with them. I don't know what it was, but here's what it brought up to me. The two of you, are you sweet barbecue guys? Are you that heat thing? And I'm throw it out here. I'm a sweet barbecue guy. I like some heat. You know those, you go to places, if you can eat these wings and I'll give you a t-shirt contest crap. I cannot.
Hard no.
No. Okay. Yeah. I want my taste buds to know I had something, but I don't want to have to drink something to just make it stop burning. Is that where are you guys at on the scale?
Yeah, that same spot. I like I like I don't like a lot of heat, but if I'm gonna do something hot, I want to be able to have flavor to the. It's not just a hot. There has to be something there. And so the people who do the blazing wing contest, I don't know how you do it, because some people just love that flavor, they love that heat immediately. I feel like all I feel is the burn, so it's not does nothing for me.
It's got to be when it comes when you ask, are you sweet or are you spicy? As far as barbecue preferences, I don't have a preference. I mean, it depends on what I'm having. There are times when I like a good sweet wing or a sweet, barbecue sauce on a rib, but there's also times I like a little heat. When it comes to the heat, I think I agree with both of you in that the heat has to bring something to the party, not be the party.
Yes.
I like that.
I mean, it's got to add to it, but not,
Then where are you guys on? Are you more of a rub person or a sauce guy?
I love, it's funny. We just talked about this a few weeks ago. I feel like I love sauces, but I tend to make a lot of meat that doesn't need a sauce. And I love my dry rubs on my ribs. And I love having a dry rub pulled pork that it tastes so good without having to add in the sauce. And so then we end up using sauces for more like when you have it for seconds or you have leftovers the next day. You'll add sauce then to give a little bit more moisture.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I see, I'm a sauce guy. I love sauces. Okay. But I do agree that sauce can be a crutch because it'll hide a lot of things. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like a good distortion pedal on your guitar. You can really cover up some mistakes with the sauce. And as you get better, what you start to find is that, with just a little bit of that seasoning, leave it dry. It's pretty solid. What I do like about the sauce aspect of it is you can create, let's just go pulled pork, for example. You can have a banger pulled pork and then offer a couple different sauces for everybody. So if you like a mustardy sauce or you like a sweet sauce, you like a little extra kick, you can add that to your sandwich or your whatever. And so it kind of makes it's the universal, what am I trying to say? It bridges the gap across everything.
Yeah.
Is this where you get your chops as far as being a barbecue guy? Is it the ability to barbecue on a grill? Is it the ability to make your own rub or your own sauces? You say a multiple sauces for everybody. Do you need your own? Is it cheating to go buy 4 or 5 different flavors? Let them just, what I'm saying? Is a real barbecue man make his own sauce?
No.
Oh,
I definitely don't think so. No. I think that's you got Grandpa's. That's always a big sauce. It's just straight barbecue. We have Prime Sauce Company on the show this weekend. Now he's making his own sauces. He's making his own rubs. He's doing his own hot sauces, and he's now going. This is the second time on the show. Actually, he's gone commercial now, and so we're going to talk to him this weekend about what that's like, what the steps of that were, and how he took it from being like, something I do in the backyard for fun, and now I'm making some more effort to make it more commercialized. Now, that's exciting for him, but by all means, the regular barbecue guy, you do not need to have your own rubs. You don't need to have your own seasonings. You just need to know how you like to create your meat palette and how you want that to taste. No matter what you use, as long as it tastes good, at least to you, that's a winning combo.
Hey, Dale Earnhardt Jr. doesn't change his own tires. He's got guys that do that. He's still a professional race car driver.
It's fair. And that's a great point. But if you're going to win a contest, right? You're a barbecue master. They must make their own. They can't be taking little famous Dave's, right? I mean, they're
No, they can do whatever they want.
They don't have to. I'm sure most of those guys probably have their own rubs.
Yeah.
Or at least, I mean, when you say that, like I'm thinking like the big guys, Myron Mixon and all those. But I mean, guys are like probably even like the world championship guy we talked to a few weeks ago on the barbecue show. He was just won in Kansas City. I'm pretty sure he's probably just mixing and matching some seasonings he's bought someplace.
Yeah.
okay.
He's not.
All right.
He probably doesn't have his own.
I'm out of time, but you guys have mentioned a couple times. Maybe people want to catch on. Where do I get the BBQ show?
BBQ show's on at these great radio stations all weekend long, and it's also available online on podcast, any podcast platform. The BBQ Show.
Fair enough. I appreciate you guys a ton for doing this. Ditto.
Thanks, Al.
Jake, Stunt Monkey, the Barbecue Show on the Al Travis Show. I appreciate you guys a ton. More after this. Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate you a ton.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for having us.
Yep, we'll talk.
Take care.